All right, back we go. Saturday. It is March 6th. Been away a while. Some personal issues with my family. And we're trying to get back in the groove here. Some videos, trading, stock market. And, I'm going to do a lot of videos on these small caps because I think we're going to get a good bounce on a lot of them. We had a pullback. That's what you want. Any type of market that's going up and you have dips, the stocks pulling back or stocks pulling back the market. That is a great opportunity. This isn't a crash in March. This isn't uh 2008, 2009. That was sustained for, year plus at least. So, let's take a look at some stocks here. EYES eyes. This was the big mover on Friday. And look at this move. This is a great move here. So 13 million float plus on Finviz, market cap 142 million. That's what they're listing. Insiders own 43%. It's also good. Now the street.com had second sight soars on FDA approval. Argus 2S Vision Aid. Now that was 6:41 a.m. I didn't really see a candle really till here. See this 8 a.m. So that seemed pretty early. That's really good. Um, 8 a.m. That's when Business Wire came out. So, they had a little later. So now here's the move on this again. 8 a.m. low float. Let's take a look at this. You have news, number one. It's a low float, number two. Early in the morning, the drop news, it's always good. Three. Traders are going to be looking at this. That's four. And what kind of pattern is it? Let's start. Did it go like straight up? No. This went up. There's your one candle, the wick, and it came back. See what it does. Comes back to this two line. Bounces up near this 250 line. So there we go. We're going sort of like back and forth. Your 13 and 20 EMAs moving up. What I see in this then is you have this 250 line right here. So you move this up. There's your line. You got to break that and see this rising up. That's why the 13 EMA, 9 EMA, 20 EMA. I say they're most important short-term trading. If you want to use a 15, I don't know, any kind of weird number in between, it's fine. So you see this moving up, and then that's why when this touches on the 5 minutes, see this touching back and forth. It's a great hold. Now on a low float too, when this starts to move up, is it just going to dive down and just that's it? This little move. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's possible, but on a low float, it's going to move somewhere. It's either going to go straight up, grind up, or maybe straight up and come back down hard. But it's not going to just open and then do nothing. That's where I haven't seen that. I'll take a look at that, but I don't think I've ever seen that. So here's the move. 250, you're going up. You break. Now you can play this two ways. You can play the break at 250 because you have this wick right here, and then you see this channel. It's back and forth, and this is moving up. So it's turning into a ascending triangle or a little channel here. Or you can play this low right at two, or maybe just above. Because it didn't really hit 207. Where did this hit? 209. But if you're putting your limit order out here at two, did it hit two? I don't think it really hit two. That's the thing. If you missed, then just go to the 250 line. If you want to do a line in between, but that's too small. Say it. Just you gotta have a line way bigger than that. All right. So then we run up. We go to 450, or no, this is right at four. And look where we come down to. Again, this is how you play these. When you see this, a support, and look where it touches your 13 EMA. That's your first line of defense. There's your second. Then we break up. And you keep going. There's no sell candle until you see something specific. There it is, right here on the 5 minute. That is a shooting star wick. And then your next candle. Then you're like, okay, this doesn't look good. Then you're pulling back. Try to bounce, and then there it is. Then try to come up again. It's actually a good move here to 850. So there's a length theory move again. Bottom of the chart, middle, top. That's exactly what you want. On the 3 minute, was there a sell signal? Um, these are pretty high wicks when you're up that far. So that's a sell. You'll notice that often. And the 10 minutes even better. That's why the 10 minute and 15 are so good. Look at this. You go here, 13 over 20. Look at that big shooting star wick. That is a classic sell candle. Right here, I'll circle it. Here it is. Make this right. So here it is, right here. See this? You have all these candles. They're back and forth. There's nothing crazy about these candles. Little cross here. There's nothing extraordinary. Nothing different. That's different. This is a top of a pattern wick shooting star. It's called because it shoots up so high. Explodes like a shooting star. And then look what happens. And you start to fade. Bounce, and you double top right here. So this 10-minute was Let me take this out right here. This 10-minute was classic, and this is another good move. Now, small caps weren't that great on Friday. The market's been really crazy. You're getting a lot of bearish action. Bearish ETFs are strong. The VIX is going up. So, here it is right here. Now, can you get in another time Methodist too? Look for the consolidation. Here again, little hammer. Notice that candle. That's a very good sign. It's back and forth. Another good sign over 450. And the explosion up. Now, the 15-minute big candle here. It wasn't really a selling candle. I mean, that's a big, strong wick, but the next candle after that, that's what happened here. So, eyes was extremely strong, um, double top, and then fades. And this move lasted, 8 a.m. to 1. It's like a 4 hour, 5 hour move. All right, now going back to the daily chart, take this out. Now, what you have here, I'm just looking at this. What's this going to do next? Now, it's still oversold. Look at here on stochastics. It's very oversold. I think I'm drawing a line here now because it's one of these broadening wedges. This is what you do. Right here, see this? You had to move up. This is December. This is all where it started. The volume down here, very light. And you see these little white bars? They're volume spikes. They're when traders are getting in. They're pumping it or they're not selling it, that's for sure. And then these other days, look at this. Nothing. 780,000. So the 763 million on Friday was huge. It's absolutely huge. All right, December, we went here. 150, went up to 4 plus, came back. Went to 250, came back. Yeah, it looks like this was gonna fade, and then news comes out. That's what happens to these pennies. They can be fading, then one day news, and you explode. This one as high as 989. Came back. Now we have a broadening wedge. See this? The low, the high. Now in between, you're gonna get a lot of action probably here from 150 to 5. Who knows? Monday could come back down, little fade, could drop, and then we could spike again. So look for a range on that, and then you got your high range of 950 plus on this. So if any traders caught this, tremendous long. This is one of my favorite long setups. When you come out low, love this low on the screen. Remember, I said you could start very high, a move starts up, and then it'll fade, try to bounce. That move is over. A straight up move, and then it'll come back, and you'll get bounces. A middle move, you'll go here, here, never really channel. I mean, once in a while it'll go sideways. And then this is your low move, low to high. They're the best moves when you start that low. Now, could this have gone here, stopped right here and fade it, came back? I mean, it's possible too. But again, on low floats that are leading with news, they're going to make some sort of run. This wasn't going to go 150 to, let's just say like 250. Only a dollar in that? I doubt it. Is traders going to push that, starting pre market? It's going to make some sort of move, probably like a few dollars on that. So that's why stocks, 50 cents, even lower, up to like 10, they're going to make big moves in between on the day. They're not just going to make a little tiny move. So on this, you look back, this one won the 150 back in December. There's a $2 move. Yeah, they were smaller moves, but this was a bigger move because of the news, low float, leading gainer. There's a lot of different factors in that. So, all right, so this is stuck here now. This is a broadening wedge. All right, so let's look for that on if you're playing that, see what happens on that on Monday. SNDL. Yeah, the bigger float, 436 million. Talked about this many times. 1.83 billion market cap. This is cannabis sector up in Calgary, Canada. This is very much in the stock trading community. Everyone knows about this stock. Very big up and down moves on this. Any other news? March 5th, Sun Growers unusual options activity than Zynga. Here's the big move all the way up from 13, crashed down 25 cents, bounced. And look at here you go. Here, the low's getting higher. Here, the low's getting higher. Here. And then eventually you're going to explode up. It's a very strong move. Now, the thing I see on this is what's the volume? 335 million. Very big volume. This is done 3 billion. You're at 1042 stochastics. That's extreme oversold. Look how many times we've been that low before. Here we bounced. Here we bounced. Here we bounced. Here we bounced. Now it depends how high. It might not go that far. It might only go to here and it could, charge all the way up to that 80 stochastics level. So you want to watch on that. Bring this down a little bit. And from the move up here, 375 plus, this comes down. You're bouncing. It's forming a cross now. It looks like, the downward move is getting tired here. Is this going to hold it one? It had a nice bounce. The lower level I would look for here would be, see this low coming across this line, maybe 75 or a tail there. That would be my low. If it goes there, I would really like that support resistance level. So I'd look for that to be a good buying opportunity. And then we'll see what happens here. If we get down here, we got to get above 1 again. Excuse me. And then we got to climb our way back. So I would look for, one area to 250 plus again, because the lows are getting higher unless we just go all the way back and the market really dumps. But I don't think that's happening. That's why I see these lows are getting higher. They're just pullbacks. This is a strong pullback. So we'll see on that. And how long is it going to take to get back up there? It's hard to say. I mean, this took what, 2 weeks? I would say anywhere a week. We'll say a week to a month. Well, it's in that range. It's hard to say. No one knows for sure. So SNDL, very oversold. And this is the thing too. And all these stocks, you get an opportunity. Yeah, when stocks go straight up, people want to get in. How are you going to get in if they just keep going up? It's very hard to buy at highs and stuff like that. So, a pullback's always good. All right, here's ZOM. And the thing you notice with ZOM too is bigger float, 526 million, 1.64 billion market cap. I don't see no news recently. It's a development stage, veterinarian diagnostic pharmaceutical company. Discoveries, develops commercialization pharmaceuticals for the companion pet. So this has been on a tear. 25 cents. One explodes. Look at these gap ups all the way to 275 plus. Now we're pulling back. You could call this a flag. Falling wedge. It's not really tight, so more of a flag. So you pulled back. You had a big tail here. This low was 133. Then we bounced up. This low was 140. So you can see where the stop is. Now, is this going to keep going lower? It's hard to say. Stochastics are flat. They're sort of going down a little bit. Are we going to test this? We could come back again to 150. I would look for a 150 hold. That would be my support. If not, you're just going lower to 125.1. But 150 is very key. If we can bounce here, maybe go sideways, come up. Then we start going to 175.2 plus, eventually back to 275. So looks like a pullback to me. I don't think it's just dumping all the way back down. We'll see what happens in this. If you play this, and watch your level here. That 150 level is very big on ZOM. You can see the volume on the updates is much better, so that's why I'm not worried. If you play this long, if you bought up here, it's not good. I mean, we're gonna get back probably again, but see the weekly in this. The weekly made a big run. See that going back and forth now. We'll see them levels. All right, so that's it on these three. Eyes had the big move. After a big move, it's very hard to consecutive moves, although it does happen. You never know. No one can really predict. We just use our educated guess from back testing these stocks, previous information, the market. SNDL is very oversold. ZOM sort of in between. All right, so please subscribe to Mike Kim Trades. Smash the like button. What else we got? Twitter, Mike J Trades. Instagram, Mike Frank 98. Stock Twits, Mike Kim Trades. I'm forgetting all this. What else I say? Instagram Mike Frank 98, and leave comments. Any information on these stocks? I can't look over everything. I'm doing a lot of stocks, just giving in a general area where we're in technically. So we'll see what happens. All right, that's it for now. Peace.